All right, everybody, welcome back. We are diving deep today.
Deep.
Yeah, we're going deep on government efficiency.
Okay.
And we always like to look back a little bit when we do these deep dives and kind of see like, oh, what can we learn from the past, right?
Right.
And we have a really interesting, comparison that we can make from a current initiative and one that happened quite a while ago.
Yeah. Always interesting to see how these things, repeat themselves in different ways, different
Yeah.
flavors, but the same core concepts.
Right. And so this first source they're looking at, it's all about Elon Musk. Of course, Elon Musk doing Elon Musk things.
Yeah.
But this one's pretty interesting. It's about this Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, they're calling it.
DOGE.
DOGE.
Yeah.
And the article that we're looking at is comparing this new DOGE initiative to something that happened during the Clinton administration. Do you remember this? The Reinventing Government initiative.
Oh, yeah. REGO. Yeah, that was a big one. That was back in 93.
93.
Yeah. Clinton and Gore, they kicked that off, The whole idea was to make the government, more efficient, more trustworthy, leaner, meaner, save money,
Right.
restore public confidence, big goals.
Yeah. I mean, saving money always a good thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially when it comes to government. And the article mentioned some pretty big numbers. They were trying to save like $108 billion over 5 years. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that was the initial target. And you know what? They actually did even better than that.
What? Really?
Yeah, by 98, they'd saved $137 billion out of a recommended 177.
Wow. Okay, so like how did they actually do that? Like what were the actual strategies involved? Like did they just like start firing people? I mean, what happened?
Well, I mean, workforce reduction was definitely part of it. I mean, they did end up reducing the number of civilian federal employees by about 377,000, brought the federal workforce down to its smallest size since the Kennedy administration, actually.
Huh. But it wasn't just about, cutting jobs.
Right, because I was reading it mentioned something about Al Gore.
Oh, yeah, Gore. He was a big part of REGO.
And something about like mohair sweaters. What was that all about?
The mohair sweaters. Oh, yeah, that was just Gore's way of describing like these outdated subsidies and programs that just weren't really needed anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of cutting the fat, getting rid of the things that weren't working.
Okay, I see. So they were getting rid of stuff that wasn't working.
Right.
What else? What else were they doing?
Well, a lot of it was consolidating departments.
Okay.
Eliminating duplication.
Yeah.
You got different agencies doing the same thing. Streamline it, make it more efficient.
Right, right.
And they even encouraged competition between agencies.
Competition.
Yeah, to try to improve services and lower costs, kind of bringing in a little bit of that private sector mindset into the government.
I see. And this was the early 90s.
So, I mean, that was like right when the internet was like just starting to take off. Like, did they try to utilize that at all?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They saw technology as like this huge opportunity to improve efficiency, transparency, all that. I mean, in fact, 3 of Gore's top advisors were actually talking about this just recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah. They were reflecting on REGO, and they were specifically talking about how successful they were in like transitioning all these government services, into the digital age and, just changing the whole culture of regulatory agencies to be more efficient, responsive to the public.
So can we back up for a second?
Yeah.
Because when you say regulatory agencies, what are those?
Oh, right, yeah. So basically, think of them as like the watchdogs of the government. They make sure everyone is following the rules.
Okay.
Protecting the public interest, environmental protection, consumer safety, financial stability, all that. They set the rules, and then they make sure people are playing by them.
Right. Okay, so they were trying to make those more efficient, too.
Exactly.
And it's so interesting because I was seeing, all this stuff about REGO on social media.
Really?
And I think it's because Elon Musk, he shared this video, and it's like clips of the REGO announcement back in 93.
Wow.
And then it cuts to like footage from when Obama was president back in 2011. And he was also trying to cut government waste.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see that connection, right? Like this isn't just a one-time thing. This is something that keeps coming up.
Yeah. It's not about a specific party or president. It's just, it's an ongoing challenge. Figuring out how to make government work better. And I think there are a lot of lessons we can learn from REGO and apply to things that are happening today, like DOGE.
Right. So, like, what are some of those lessons? What are the key takeaways?
Well, I think the big one is that it's not a simple fix. You can't just, like, cut budgets or fire people and expect everything to be magically more efficient.
Right.
You got to look at the whole system. Processes, redundancies, technology, culture. It's a multifaceted challenge.
Yeah.
And I think another takeaway is that you really got to focus on outcomes, not just outputs. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not about how many people you employ or how much money you spend. It's about what you achieve.
Yeah.
Are you actually delivering services effectively? Are you making a difference?
And, it does make you think, like, what can we be doing today to make government work better, right? I mean, we've learned from the past, but we also have all these new challenges and opportunities.
Yeah, technology is changing so rapidly.
Right.
The needs of the public are evolving. I think it's an exciting time to be thinking about government innovation.
Right. I mean, I think that's something for all of us to think about. Like, how can we create a government that is truly efficient, responsive, and effective for the future?
Absolutely.
Well, this has been a really interesting deep dive. I feel like we've only just scratched the surface.
Yeah, lots to think about.
But that's all the time we have for today. So thank you for joining us, and keep those brains churning. We'll see you next time.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.